Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This is a game between Inspired versus Bob is Nicer, or Bob is Nice. Let's go ahead and break things down in this Night Elf versus Human matchup here on Turtle Rock. Hopefully everything is working fine. My youngest daughter decided to start playing with my microphone and singing into it, so makes for some interesting readjustments. Hopefully, I think my main mix and all of my volume, all of my auto is pretty good. Your warden is incredibly fast. Big warden, good. Yep. All right, we'll see what if we are going to be looking at a big solo warden style of play, as it is going to be an archmage going up against a demon hunter. So Bob is Nicer opting to go for a demon hunter in this match, and well, trying to keep the opponent's heroes in check with that mana burn. Coming back down to the south side here, human players should be training up a couple more training up that archmage, and then, well, dropping some footmen and clearing out these relatively easy creep camps. Remember, this is Turtle Rock, a map that, well, if you've played WarCraft 3 for more than 2 years, a map that you are more than familiar with, as the Demon Hunter continue to goes out and do a bit of creeping. Archmage off on this side, gonna go straight after that giant sea turtle first. I was trying to actually lose the aggro a little bit, and that sea turtle hatchling actually able to attack a little bit. Okay, you can see him switch that target there temporarily, as the sea turtle hatchling gonna fall. All right, an easy wisp kill perhaps for the Archmage if it just stood still for a moment. Does not stand still. Demon Hunter off to the north here. Gonna go ahead and clear things out pretty effectively. Opted to go for evasion first, and then perhaps get mana burn a little bit later, just to help keep those Moonwells all topped off before the next engagement. Level 2 on that Demon Hunter, already up to 700 hit points with 8 armor, and that's all with Ring of Protection +3 and that Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Water Elemental now coming by. Archer is going to take a little bit of pressing damage here, as the Demon Hunter going to circle back around. Archmage still sitting at level 1 after all this time, not yet at level 2, so the Demon Hunter could easily, well, keep this Archmage in check. However, there is only one or two Moonwells currently available. Are we going to see a detonation? Yes, we are. Trying to finish things off here. Demon Hunter trying to circle back around. Going to place down, yes, place down the Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3. Pick it back up. May do it one more time for off of this Moonwell as well. And, well, already back up to 550 plus hit points. 550 plus hit points plus an 8 armor unit this early in the game, and that Demon Hunter can also dish out that damage as well. Should have no problem staying alive. Coming back across off to the north here. All right, Archmage. Archmage gonna go ahead and clear up the Ogre Warrior creep camp. In comes the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have Boots of Speed. Gonna try and go after. Picks up the second Ring of Protection. Now already up to 11 armor here. I'm gonna make him that much more difficult, even if you do get a decent surround on him. The Demon Hunter with evasion, with the additional hit points and that armor, very nearly impossible to take out now. Inspired is only 18 years old. Good to see some young talent enter the scene. It definitely is. Seeing younger players experience the joy and, well, let's face it, frustration and rage that a good classic real-time strategy game can bring about in you. Demon Hunter looking to clear things up here. He did sell the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, surprisingly, picking up Boots of Speed. I would have thought the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, having that additional hit points early on, would be helpful, since he still had some item slots available. Perhaps he thought that he would, well, get more items indeed, as the Demon Hunter now coming back across here. Perhaps going to try to go after it. Nope, the Ogre Magi is still sitting in that position, trying to clear up that Ogre Magi. Damage is racking up here. Mana burn onto the Archmage once more, as he is unable to drop another Water Elemental. Demon Hunter still double backing around. He does have a Staff of Teleportation. Gets another mana burn in on Inspired. And Bob is Nice is not playing nice, as he's keeping that Archmage in check. Inspired in a little bit of trouble after all this time, still sitting on a level 1 Archmage, and without that Brilliance Aura, has not been able to place down those Water Elementals nearly as quickly as possible. Beautifully used Archer trick here. That Archer is shadow melded, preventing all of these Murloc Nightcrawlers from being able to deal any damage. They're trying to put damage onto these 2 units in the back and are unable to do so, and it's going to clear out a relatively difficult creep camp. Meanwhile, coming back across here, Demon Hunter now exchanging blows against the Blood Mage. Mana burn right there again. Demon Hunter, well, perhaps wishes that he actually had the, well, is he actually going to try to dive on inside? Yes, there's a mana burn, a little bit more damage. Staff of Teleportation to escape the scene and teleports all the way back home. Coming back across here, what item is that? Pure of Vitality. Demon Hunter going to be forced to run all the way across the map here as the Archmage finally gets to level 2. All right, interesting strategy by the Demon Hunter as we are at now going to tier 3. This is all off of a solo Demon Hunter for all of that bonus experience. There's another mana burn once more going after the Archmage. Archmage forcing a Scroll of Town Portal, or forced a Scroll of Town Portal there. Footman ends up getting taken down anyways, as Bob is nice as just playing an absolutely beautiful game using that Shadow Melded Archer strategy, and now this Demon Hunter going to have north of 800 hit points. All right, Demon Hunter looking pretty strong here. Demon Hunter may try to come back around, perhaps get a mana burn off onto that Archmage again. Blood Mage trying to siphon some of that mana away. We could be looking at another mana burn right here. Are we going to see that there? There's that mana burn. Siphon mana not going to amount to very much as the poor Rifleman. Oh, is it going to get taken down? Yes, it does. Demon Hunter now continuing to slice his way through, trying to break his way into this farm. Is he over positioning himself? No, he is not. He's able to go after the Archmage again, who does have a ring of regeneration, and also the Priest offering a little bit of heals. Demon Hunter still running back around. He is now pretty much stuck in a terrible spot as well. Is he going to be able to Staff of Teleportation out of here? That is the question. Are we? Yes, another peasant able to escape away. Staff of Teleportation, and that Demon Hunter will head all the way back home. Beautiful, aggressive play coming in from Bob is nice. The downside, though, is that, well, the Demon Hunter is pretty much still by himself. No secondary heroes to offer any support. One ring of protection has been, well, let go, so to speak, in order to free up an item slot on that Demon Hunter. Also, Ancient of Lores are only training up Mountain Giants now. We don't see any sign of, say, any sign of bears, and a bear would be incredibly important as well, as you want some way of getting hit points regenerated or rejuvenated off of the Demon Hunter. All right, army still building up here. 34 supply, another Mountain Giant being added. Perhaps 2 more archers will be added once more. 0-0 upgrade on those archers, as the Demon Hunter is down to the south here trying to disrupt all of this mining. Demon Hunter playing a much more Blade Master style game. Meanwhile, Inspired is still keeping his cool and still playing fairly effectively. We can see that the Blood Mage has been able to, well, slow down the Demon Hunter's harassment with that Siphon mana, as we should be looking into a battle here in just a moment. All right, Hardened Skin and Resistant Skin now getting added in once more. Increased resistance to attack. Demon Hunter mana burns on to the Blood Mage. Unit's going to go ahead and retreat back again. Moonwells are pretty empty, as the Ancient of Wars are, well, or the Ancient of War up front here taking a little bit of damage. Where are the rest of those Mountain Giants? That is the question. There are only 1 Mountain Giant here, as we are seeing the Ancient of Lore still trying to be added. All right, there is 3 Mountain Giants down to the south here. 47 over 50 supply, continuing to try and heal back up. Ancient of Wonders could get taken down. The Resistant Skin taking a little bit of time, and now in comes the Mountain Giants here. Arcane Vault being added. Rifleman continuing to battle away, and suddenly the Rifleman army realizes, wait, I don't want to be in this fight at all. Those Mountain Giants are just so difficult to take out with that medium armor, and also with that Resistant Skin that is getting added in here. Demon Hunter going after some of these units now. Are we going to see some more mana burns? Demon Hunter still sitting at level 4 by himself, trying to finish off some of those other units, perhaps getting in some taunts on those Mountain Giants, forcing those Riflemen to turn back around and try to, take a shot at the Mountain Giants, well, literally. Coming back around here, some detonations coming back across here. Blood Mage still able to siphon away a couple amounts of mana, and the Mountain Giants with those clubs actually get a little bit of additional range, even though they are considered melee, and that really helps with trying to get in some of that unnecessary battle damage. All right, Scroll of Healing to keep one of those priests alive. Demon Hunter down to 108 hit points, able to back away and stay alive. Ancient of War still trekking along rather slowly, doesn't have Nature's Blessing, as that damage is still sticking on here. Mountain Giants trying to go after all these units here. Many of the archers are taken down, and now Bob is nicer, well, is spending so much time trying to chase this highly mobile, semi-mobile, highly ranged army, and all it's doing is just absorbing damage onto the Mountain Giants. We're going to see another Siphon mana burn exchange right there. The Mountain Giants don't have the necessary range, need to pick up a couple of clubs, as we are looking at some detonations perhaps in the backside there. Plenty of priest healing going on once more. Demon Hunter still coming back through, as the Mountain Giants, well, still going after the Water Elemental. Water Elemental looks like it will get taken down as the Demon Hunter tries to get to level 5. Archmage still seeing that level 3. Militia now joining in on the battle, as all of these Moonwells are just absolutely bone dry, even though they have the upgraded Moonwell Blessing. More Mountain Giants joining in on the battlefield to replace the ones that were lost. One at a time, trying to stay out of high upkeep. Well, it's now still in high upkeep at this point. 51 supply. Losing an archer may actually be a benefit here, but the archer is the only real ranged unit to try and keep everything in check. Demon Hunter continuing to dive on in here. Arcane Vault about to get taken down. There's a banish onto the Demon Hunter, preventing him from dealing any serious damage whatsoever. All right, pushing their way through. One Mountain Giant finally gets taken out. No Staff of Preservation on that Demon Hunter. Gonna go ahead and get Siphon Mana again. There goes another archer. Bob is nicer, down to 50 supply compared to Inspired, who is now sitting at 57 over 60 supply, still using all of that range fairly effectively, as a poor peasant didn't realize it needed to be off over here to try and finish off this Arcane Vault. All right, only a couple more taps to finish off the building, but unable to buy anything at all, as the Demon Hunter picks up a Priestess of the Moon as a second hero, perhaps going to go for True Shot Aura and put some pressure onto some of those riflemen who are able to engage with range. All right. New Mountain Giant still trying to train up here. This long, drawn-out fight seems to be going well for Inspired, even though the Arcane Vault is not done and the army is mainly consisting of riflemen. More militia coming back across here, still putting in pressure again. Demon Hunter trying to finish off, chasing after those Water Elementals. Water Elementals could end up getting denied, giving level 5 to the Demon Hunter here. There's another Siphon Mana, as the Demon Hunter now in trouble, getting body blocked by a whole bunch of other units and finally taken down. 45 supply over 80 compared to 57 over 60. This battle by Inspired, not fainting under the pressure after losing that Blood Mage early and forcing to use a Scroll of Town Portal early on that Archmage, and overcoming the hero level advantage. Level 3 now on the Archmage. We see, well, a bit of a banish onto that Archmage there to try and keep him alive. Riflemen still battling it away against the Mountain Giants and still able to focus down quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Priestess of the Moon, now with an Orb of Venom, able to apply that damage over time. Siphon Mana onto that Priestess of the Moon, which will end up just going back into the Archmage here, as Mountain Giant after Mountain Giant could fall, and there's that double level up. That's the last thing you want to see when you're trying to hold the door and make sure that they don't come on in, that you see a double level up coming in from your opponent. All right, Searing Arrows, most likely going to be that next ability. No, going for the Scout, surprisingly. Instead of the Searing Arrows, Siphon Mana is just going to be, consistently constant coming in from the Blood Mage, but then again, the Orb of Venom would not work if that is the case. More Siphon Mana coming back through. A Priestess of the Moon using Shadow Meld to break that connection once more, as we're looking at the Demon Hunter still waiting to get resurrected and back out onto the battlefield. Mountain Giant about to fall. One or two more shots. It looks like it's going to get Staff of Preservation back home and healed up at some of those Moonwells. But once again, I have mentioned that just some Druids of the Claw with Rejuvenation, even back here, to make that Staff of Preservation work a bit better and could be beneficial overall, even if, well, we are looking at mass detonations and, mass detonations removing all the mana from the Priest and the Sorceresses. All right, Archmage with Brilliant Sword still able to hold on to the front here. Priestess of the Moon with Orb of Venom trying to finish off more of these units as well. Mountain Giants trying to, well, taunt as many of these units as possible. You can see a little bit of damage over time. Blood Mage now going to siphon mana off of the Priestess again as the Demon Hunter comes back out here onto the battlefield. All right, Archmage could be in trouble. Does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Does have, well, does cast Slow onto the Demon Hunter to try and prevented the escape here, but the Archmage needs to duck and dive between so many of these units as an Arcane Tower now operational for Inspired in the base of in the Night Elf base. Siphon mana coming, well, going down onto the Demon Hunter. No more mana there. Meanwhile, the Mountain Giants are getting low on hit points. One of the key things to note, though, is even if the Demon Hunter is, well, mana drained out, when he tries to go back to get any sort of Moonwell juice, he ends up himself getting more mana, and that actually drained the Moonwells continually. All right, trying to finish off some of those low hit point riflemen, but the priests doing their best to try and save them. There goes one rifleman there. Another group of riflemen could get taken down. Are we going to see a Staff of Preservation on that Mountain Giant? No, we are not. It gets shot down once more. Level 4, level 3 going up against level 5, level 2. Priestess of the Moon could get to level 3 here in just a moment. Does he have a Staff of Preservation? Trying to transfer it over to the Demon Hunter, but not in time to save the Priestess as the Priestess gets taken down. All right, Demon Hunter continuing to fight his way through all of these units here. And, well, level 2 Priestess of the Moon has fallen. Archmage already halfway to level 5 now as the Demon Hunter going to go ahead and teleport back in time, saving himself at 50 hit points. Mountain Giants going up against an army of other units here. What is that Demon Hunter doing? Demon Hunter down to 4 hit points, ends up getting taken down, leveling up the Blood Mage. Perhaps, I don't know, the Demon Hunter thought that he could sacrifice himself on the Arcane Tower to not give experience. Instead, now, well, Bob is nice, giving a little bit of a gift-wrapped gift in a low hit point Demon Hunter, and now losing the hero level advantage as we see 2 level 4 heroes going up against a level 5 and a level 2, soon to be level 3. Archmage looking to finish everything off here. Are we going to turn this into a base race scenario? Yes, we are. All right, so multiple Mountain Giants inside the base here, and this was something that I did not consider. Well, how much damage the buildings could actually take. Riflemen, priest, and heroes do not deal a large amount of damage anywhere here, as we're going to look at the Priestess of the Moon try to finish off, perhaps take down one of those units. They're unable to take down the rifleman, who was, I believe, invisible and able to hide back here. Archmage now going to go ahead and Scroll of Talon Portal back at Demon Hunter back across here, as the Mountain Giants are still trying to knock down this keep. Demon Hunter could be in a lot of trouble. Where is it going? Has nowhere to go. Gonna go ahead and try and take his way back out. Is he gonna be able to escape? Yes, he does. At 38 hit points, leaving behind all of these Mountain Giants here, as they're just, well, picking up trees and perhaps going to try and take out some of these buildings. All right, taking out some of these buildings here, or perhaps taking down some of the units with that ranged attack. We're still looking at, well, Bob is nicer, coming back across with a Demon Hunter and a Priestess of the Moon. Level 5, level 3 going up against dual level 4s, as the Mountain Giants show how resistant they are to damage, but at the same time, really not able to deal that much damage either. Priestess of the Moon wants to perhaps find a way to get out of this dicey scenario situation, perhaps going to take down some of these peasants off across here, as the Priestess of the Moon does have some decent damage with Orb of Venom and True Shot Aura. All right, still fighting their way through. Demon Hunter unable to mana burn. Rifleman holding the doors here, as we're going to be looking at another Mountain Giant getting taken down, now leveling up the Archmage to level 5. To a level 3 Water Elementals going to be, well, dishing out some nice damage, perhaps even absorbing a bit of damage, as well as another Mountain Giant is about to fall. Priestess of the Moon constantly getting checked over and over. Staff of Preservation, but the Mountain Giant, as I said, even if he walks all the way back home, if there's no way they really heal him, well, when he joins back in on the battle, he's going to have a difficult day. Level 5 Archmage onto the battlefield, but the level 4 Blood Mage was taken out as well, which means that the Demon Hunter can constantly mana burn that Archmage to keep him in check, or perhaps even go after some of the Priest and Sorceresses. Priestess of the Moon looking to rack up a bit of damage. Demon Hunter going straight after that priest right there. Priestess of the Moon actually getting shot and focused down there. I thought it had plenty of opportunities to try and escape. Not the case there. Staff of Preservation perhaps still on cooldown, as Bob is Nicer now looking to teleport out of that tight scenario. 19 supply army compared to 28. Inspired only has 2 workers left compared to Bob is Nicer, who is still mining away but has a very, very small army indeed. Training up a Druid of the Claw with rejuvenation may have been all that is needed to and acting as some sort of, well, spa factory in the back to rejuvenate and refresh these mountain giants. Demon Hunter looking to, well, pick up a clarity potion here, has a potion of healing as well. Could get in some mana burns off on the Archmage before that Archmage gets up to level 6. Mountain Giant now looking to retreat back here. There's a little bit of healing going across the board as the Demon Hunter looks to try and venture forward again. This Mountain Giant, well, getting in some damage here. There is an Ancient of Wonders in position trying to finish things off. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter gonna go ahead and rush on in, gets a mana burn off straight up, and then gets up to level 6. Demon Hunter gets up to level 6. Are we gonna see perhaps a mass teleport going after all of those priests, using mana burn essentially as some sort of Stormbolt or Death Coil, double mana burns, finishing off a priest right there. Demon Hunter still having a decent amount of hit points. Mountain Giant was taken down there as the Demon Hunter now looking to race back down to the south side. Blood Mage still getting resurrected, and now with a level 6 Demon Hunter in play, difficult to say how all of this is going to go down. Nature's Blessing was not researched. Tree of Eternity taking the slow walk across here as the Demon Hunter making sure to stop any real mining. Only 2.5 minutes of mining left here. Demon Hunter, where is it going to try and go? Perhaps try and mana burn off that Archmage again, and now Staff of Teleportation back home. Still has a potion of healing and going to head back. All right, this game has gone back and forth multiple times. Ancient of Wonders now, or Ancient of Lore is now trying to move on out again. That solo Demon Hunter play, or only a Demon Hunter, and now a Priestess of the Moon getting added once more. All right. Tree of Eternity now trying to make its way back across. Archmage opted for level 3 Brilliance Aura, does not have mass teleport to head out across the map. Demon Hunter could easily have mana burned the Archmage once again before that Water Elemental was dropped, but decided to back away. All right, yeah, Archmage does not have mass teleport here. Could have been a very big harassing moment. Demon Hunter is going to try and mana burn it down the Sorceress. Yes, dealing quite a bit of damage right there. Meanwhile, Priest also suffering, having quite a bit of damage. Demon Hunter trying to finish things off. Does have an Orb of Venom, as the Priestess of the Moon should be back out here onto the battlefield momentarily. And, well, adding in a little bit of that range could just be enough. Potion of healing onto that Demon Hunter. He is absorbing quite a bit of damage and now needs to back away. The Mountain Giants need to constantly taunt. Demon Hunter doesn't want to fall here. That would be very bad news indeed, as he's constantly getting into a bit of trouble. All right. Are we going to see a mana burn? Yes, trying to finish things off here, perhaps using that chaos damage. Demon Hunter Metamorphosis looking to, well, rack up damage again and again. Going to finish off a couple of those riflemen, as well as the, well, Metamorphosis Demon Hunter now actually has a little bit of protection and now gets Staff of Preservation back home. Priestess of the Moon going to finish off one Sorceress there. Mountain Giant still pushing back the other way. And this has been a small tactics, small battle army in terms of army size, as the Demon Hunter, well, he was actually Staff of Preservation over here to the Tree of Eternity down to the south, and was far away from those Moonwells. All right, Metamorphosis is going to be coming to an end. Siphon mana. What is going down here? He's going to be back to his normal self here in just a moment. Tree of Eternity now rooted, and now we're going to see the Gargantuan Sea Turtles joining in on the fight. Bob is nice now attacking back against all of those, well, units that are actually within melee range, and the Gargantuan Sea Turtles pushing in some damage onto the main human army here. Meanwhile, Priestess of the Moon leading a charge against all of inside the base here, as this is turning into perhaps a base race scenario. All right, Tree of Eternity still taking quite a bit of damage. He's trying to finish off some of these other units as well, as the Demon Hunter gonna perhaps try and shut down a couple of these priestesses and sorceresses. All right, more damage still getting racked up. Main hall could end up getting taken down. Tree of Eternity already down as well. Siphon mana, no mana burn back onto the Blood Mage. As the Riflemen looking to make their way back over. 31 supply compared to 32. Priest getting taken down. Priestess of the Moon, and now look purposely trying to retreat all the way to the far back here. Where is the Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter trying to clean things up here as the Demon Hunter gets banished again, still with another minute of cooldown on that Metamorphosis. All right, Demon Hunter trying to go straight for that Archmage. Stops Water Elemental from being dropped. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage is just constantly being able to banish Mountain Giants and remove them from the battle, or that Demon Hunter. Priestess of the Moon now in a little bit of trouble, down to 153 hit points and dropping quickly. Is he going to get Staff of Preservation? That is the question. He's trying to go back around the other way. No, Priestess of the Moon ends up falling, and that was not, well, perhaps what Bob is Nice was expecting to do. All right, Mountain Giants still making their way back over. Still more Siphon mana. Demon Hunter, even if it does end that cooldown, will not have enough mana for another Metamorphosis. Also, will probably just be constantly banished over and over and over again, as we're looking at, well, the Mountain Giants slowly getting shut down over time. Priestess of the Moon, there goes a Priest as well, trying to finish off and rack up some damage over time. Again, that Priest, or that Sorceress, down to 31 hit points, still taking damage over time here. Water Elementals still out in play. Demon Hunter unable to keep anything in check at all, as the Demon Hunter wants to finish off some of these units again and again. Finally takes down a Rifleman, and now perhaps going to go after a Sorceress, but still having quite a bit of problems. There's another slice there. There goes another Priestess, and still a Mountain Giants. This battle has not stopped for the last 14 minutes. Demon Hunter coming back down across there. Mountain Giant getting taken down. Demon Hunter, does it have a way out? Does have a Staff of Teleportation. Gonna go ahead and teleport out of this scenario, and now perhaps healing back up at all of these Moonwells and ready to recharge once more. Mountain Giants going to go ahead and pick up some trees. Both sides do not have, I repeat, do not have any mining going on. Gold mine was taken down here. Mountain Giants could perhaps try and take down some of these peasants here, as the Demon Hunter, well, could get Metamorphosis. Note, gets a quick mana burn off on the Blood Mage. If he used Metamorphosis, that might have actually been better, as he would have used more of his mana and then could have perhaps tried to get in some splash damage on and finish off some of those additional units as well. Demon Hunter now without mana, kind of constantly, forced to get within melee range, as there is just so much slow being cast onto that Demon Hunter, and the highly mobile army, while able to deal with the fast-moving Demon Hunter or the slower-moving Demon Hunter, now that he's been slowed and without those boots of speed. Siphon mana into the Sorceress to keep the Sorceress topped off on mana here, as the Demon Hunter could end up getting taken down. However, Mountain Giants still doing their magic, trying to finish things off, perhaps put in a little bit of pressure, as the Demon Hunter down to 179 hit points and still looking to get away. That Demon Hunter pretty much looks like it is running in slow motion, running with a parachute on his back. Look how fast those feet are moving, and still nowhere to go. 109 hit points. Isn't going to be able to teleport back home. He is. A new Moonwell was placed down, and he gets healed back up. All right, this is incredibly important. All right, these two Mountain Giants trying to get away. They are, running back again. Demon or Priestess of the Moon going to get back out here onto the battlefield once more. For level 4 on that Rifleman. Archmage still racking up a little bit of damage here. Mountain Giants were actually trying to split off into different directions, as the Demon Hunter does want to come in for the save, as the Mountain Giant will end up getting taken down here. Demon Hunter finding, are we going to see a Metamorphosis? Why not? No Metamorphosis. Yes, just some sort of Metamorphosis would make a big deal. There is a banish. There's a Siphon mana again, perhaps waiting for the Priestess of the Moon to jump back in onto the battlefield. There's the Metamorphosis now, and going to go ahead and rack up a little bit of damage onto some of those other units, but getting banished in the process again. All right, trying to rack up damage here. You can see getting poison damage and still trying to flee. Little bit of damage added in here. Priestess of the Moon shows back up to the party as the Demon Hunter now goes after the Blood Mage. Blood Mage realizes, wait, sticking around here, taking dual orb of venom damage over time debuffs actually hurts quite a bit as the Gargantuan Sea Turtles once more joining in on the battle. Blood Mage end up getting taken down. He does get taken down. Priestess of the Moon finishes off the Blood Mage during that process. And now it is level 4 Priestess of the Moon going up against a level 6 Archmage as the Potom now leaving, and Inspired gives the GG. All right. Inspired gives the GG. Bob is nice. Playing a marathon match there. It seemed like it was north of 30, or it seemed like it was quite a long match, going back and forth for quite some time, but still in the end, getting back that Priestess of the Moon, and the timing on that metamorphosis was looking to wait for the Priestess of the Moon to join in on the battle. Once again, the dual orbs of venom, that damage over time really causing that damage to stick on that Blood Mage and eventually get it taken out while still being able to Staff of Preservation the Demon Hunter back home. Once the Demon Hunter was back home, it was most likely getting healed back up, while the Priestess of the Moon, had already cleaned up many of the sorceresses and priests and could have retreated back once more. Great game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.